My name is Kirsten Hebert. I am the Deputy Executive Director at the Maine Rural Water Association. Our association has submitted 2 appropriation request forms to this office. The first of which is a request which will come through USDA funds, Department of Agriculture, Rural Development. The second of which will come from EPA funds for our training and technical assistance programs. In your blue notebook, I have prepared for you 2 documents, each detailing essentially the USDA appropriation and the EPA appropriation. It's sort of a cheat sheet, if you will, for each specific program. Our association provides training and technical assistance throughout the state of Maine for water operators and wastewater operators. As an operator, you need to have continual education credits to keep your license up to date. Within that, you can take various forms of training, whether it's safety training, training on various chemical techniques, what you add to this particular surface water treatment, well treatment, whatever it needs to be in order to keep your public healthy and safe from all the various things that can go wrong within a water utility or wastewater utility. So we have thousands of operators that take our training each year. Additionally, we provide hands-on technical assistance throughout the state to both water utilities and wastewater utilities. We'll go into a facility and help them understand how their pumps run, help them understand how the chemical process works, what the proper dosage is. Additionally, as the federal government puts out continual rules under EPA for clean drinking water, or Safe Drinking Water, Clean Water Act, excuse me, our operator's going to have to know how those rules work. You know, it's one thing to have them in a book, they're going to have to know how they work day to day. So our staff go around and help educate them on those rules as well. Specifically, when under the USDA appropriation, there are several types of responsibilities. There's what's called a water circuit rider. There's also a source water protection program. And then there's the request for the USDA grants and loans. So those are the 3 types of appropriations that we are looking for on behalf of our parent association, which is National Rural Water Association. So within the state of Maine, you have many utilities that cannot afford to borrow through private lending institutions. So they do look to the federal government through USDA funds to borrow monies to update their infrastructure. Some of it may simply be because the infrastructure is aged, and at this point in time, a lot of the pipe in the ground is 100 years old, 80 to 100 years old, and needs to be replaced. Oftentimes, they are replacing their infrastructure as a result of new regulations. Just simply the plant won't work anymore under this new rule. We need to upgrade to make it work. Got to get back in compliance. So with those USDA funds, they're able to have less of an impact for their ratepayers. Under the EPA training program, we have an individual that goes around, and again, he's our trainer. Whether it's hands-on training at the facility or whether we're doing classroom training, is the ability to really get down to brass tacks with these folks and get them to understand what it is that their rules, regulations, what they have to follow. Within the packet that I've given you guys, in the back there's a map. And while this packet has all kinds of good information in it, I just want to be sure that you see the map.
Yeah.
This is our state as we know it. This depicts all of the visits that Maine Rural Water Association made in 2009. So with these federal monies that pass through National Rural Water Association to the state of Maine, this is what we're doing with your monies. So it's statewide. You know, you've got little diagrams in terms of various number of visits based on the size of the circle. The map behind that speaks to technical assistance we continue to provide, more so for the smaller systems. So not a Public Utility Commission regulated water system, but the small guys, the camps, the campgrounds, the mobile home parks, and these guys are the ones that truly need assistance because they don't have anybody else to turn to. And you know, they're supplying the population as folks come in each year to a campground. The system has been closed for the winter. Somebody needs to show them how to treat that system so as to provide safe water.
Thank you.
You bet.